The scent of death hung heavy over Dunmeaden, thick in the air like the smoke that lingered, a constant cloud cover settling between the peaks of the Mallas. "You would think the Aquin would have found a way to douse the fires," Penelope had complained after a particularly grueling shift. It had been no small struggle for Ileana to refrain from rolling her eyes at her fellow healer as they restocked the herbs. "It's not the buildings that still burn," she'd muttered in retort. "It's the bodies." Just over a week since the attack, and still the burial rites continued. Ileana was surprised there was anyone left to burn in the sacred ceremonies, not with the way Caicos had set their capital, her home, ablaze. A once formidable city, with sections now reduced to mere ash in hours. Ash that crunched beneath her boots now as she walked to work. Ash and debris and bone, most likely. She tried not to dwell on it. It did no good to fixate on the dead when her skills were so desperately needed to attend to those still living. How the infirmary, more home than her own once she'd earned her healer's tunic, had escaped the wrath of Caicos, she didn't know, but she thanked Mora for it daily. Ileana rolled her shoulders as she stepped through the thick wooden doors that marked the entryway to the infirmary. It had grown quieter, the screams of pain brought forth by the anime both desperately fighting death and hastening its arrival, having lessened as the time stretched on. Her footsteps echoed on the stone floor as she made her way to the steel basin at the back of the hall, rinsing her hands before setting about to prepare for her shift. Penelope appeared moments later, fingers caked with blood. She gave Ileana a curt nod as she approached the basin, scrubbing at her skin with a vengeance. "A loss?" Ileana asked softly, her head tilting as she took in the tense set of the healer's shoulders. "No," Penelope gritted out. Ileana bit the inside of her cheek as she watched the water run red. The healer turned off the faucet and braced her hands on the edge of the basin, glaring down at the dirty water. "It just seems pointless for the goddess to spare them," Penelope murmured, her knuckles going white with her tight grip. "They're going to die anyway. We all are. Watch your tongue." Suja's voice, sharp in a way it had never been before the attack, startled them both. Ileana whirled to see the healer glaring at Penelope, no trace of her usual softness to be found. "Such words are a disgrace to the gifts Mora has blessed you with," Suja snapped. "These people have enough to weather without adding your dark mood to it."